What is up, y'all? This is Alex from Alex PC Tech, back at you with another video. And on today's video, we're gonna be discussing how RAM speed affects games. Now, first of all, let us define what RAM is. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. Your data sits on your hard drive or your SSD or your storage device. Now, in order for your computer or the CPU to read the data that is on your storage device, the memory sits in between these two components. Now, having a faster memory equates into faster access to the resources provided by the storage. The standard speed is determined by a standard set by the JEDEC. Now, the transfer speed is determined as mega transfers per second. A standard DDR4 has 2133 mega transfers per second. Thus, any RAM that is operating above 2133, if it's DDR4, is already operating above spec, or what you can consider as OC or overclock by its manufacturers. In games, RAM is used by swapping assets in and out. So, in theory, this relates to the faster the better. Especially if your games are more CPU bound, then the memory really has a lot of contribution on how fast your game runs. Specifically, there are titles that are more CPU intensive. So if you're planning to play a particular title that is like CPU bound or CPU intensive, then a faster memory would certainly benefit your system. Next is if you are gaming on AMD Ryzen, specifically Zen, Zen Plus, and Zen 2, then a faster memory would really benefit your game because of the technology that is of the Infinity Fabric Interconnect, which scales workload effectively towards all cores of your CPU. Now, I said that it would be beneficial for Zen, Zen 2, and Zen Plus because we are yet to see the real improvements of fast memory in the Ryzen 5000 series. What we did is we proved this by doing a test of setting our memory into two speeds. One is 2133 and turning off the XNP profile, and another one is overclocking the memory at around 3200 megahertz. So at the 3200, we are averaging of around 105 to 110 FPS for Battlefield 5 at medium settings. This is at medium settings. So now we are here at 2133 memory speed, and as you can see, we have an FPS average of 98 to 100 on Battlefield. This is Battlefield 5. Same settings as before, medium. So we'll check this on Dota 2. Okay, so for Dota 2, for the 3200 megahertz, we are at 113 FPS minimum. So this is ultra. Okay, this is ultra. So now we are in Dota 2 and our memory is at 2133. As you can see, the FPS minimum FPS has been 32 FPS, but it has been higher than that. Okay, average FPS average is at 93. So yeah, Dota 2, same settings as before, ultra shadows and high settings. Okay, so from our test, we see that in Battlefield 5, we gained at around 10 FPS, only 10 FPS. For our setup here, we gained at around 10 FPS when we overclocked our memory to 3200. And on Dota 2, which is an esports title, basically we gained 20 FPS. Okay, our minimum frame rate scaled up to 20 plus 20 FPS. So it really does benefit a faster memory if you are using Ryzen. Next is if you are gaming on an APU or an integrated graphics, then a faster memory would certainly benefit your system, as the integrated graphics shares resources with the CPU and the memory in order for it to run. So if you have a faster memory, although The GDDR5 of a discrete graphics is way faster than the memory that you have on your system. Having a faster memory does indeed satisfy the bandwidth that is needed between these two shared resources. To conclude, RAM speed doesn't break or make your gaming experience, as per our test. But as of now, a standard kit of 2400 DDR4 RAM is around $56, and a standard set of 3600, the bottom, the cheapest one, would be around $65 US. Now, if you ask me, that $10 is well spent talking about the specs or the gains that you will get from a faster memory, especially if you are gaming on a budget. Like if you like this video, and please subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of these kinds of content, and see you on the next one.